Welcome to Mela, Sawubona, Sakpase, Namaste, Upshin, Dubra Ota, Assalamu alaikum, Hotep. Buenas noches, bonsoir, good evening. This is Doriel Inez Larrier of Larrier's Education and Resource Network, where I plant seeds to help you grow. And tonight is season 2, episode 5. Count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have been 5 weeks, 5 live stream digital couch episodes, and tonight is none other than another special amazing woman, and this one is Ayana Blount of the Passion Strategist. We're going to bring her on really quickly. Please make sure that you share this video, share it with people who you know they be talking about stuff but don't really mean it. If they really want to get sort of like that gentle nudge to move them forward, to get them to that next step on the ladder of success, you might want to actually share this with someone, invite them in, invite your bestie, your friend of me, because sometimes you may not like people, but they have something that's really good, and if you post them up, check this out. This Barnabas right here is who's going to be on the couch right here. She's going to get them together. All right, peace and blessings. Let's welcome Ayana Blount.
Hello, family. How are you? I am so excited to be on the couch tonight.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I'm just sort of getting everything straight here. I don't want anything interrupting this amazing conversation. All right, so we are on a couple of different platforms tonight. We are on Facebook, personal, business, and YouTube. So if you know anybody in those streams, please let them come on in, share it again with people that you know. And Ayana, I know you're going to be thinking, are you still sharing it on your other platform? Let me know.
I am going to get this thing out. We are going to do a whole encore presentation. We are going to make sure that all the folks know what is happening on the digital couch. Okay.
Fabulous. So let me just do a little recap. We started out this month talking to, actually I did like a recap and like what's going to happen on the couch for 2022. So this is season 2 in 2022. Oh, I actually just realized that. And while we did that, we had amazing people. We had Keisha Hickson Davis, who spoke about Survivant and her story about multiple myeloma and not letting it put her down, but pushing her forward. And she just started 4 businesses that are actually running really well. We spoke with Akika Flower Essences, which is Renee Kimberly Smith. We spoke to her last week, and she talked about using nature essences. And I want to reiterate that, literally the essence of a flower and how that flower can actually shift your mood. And some people actually already know and work in holistic wellness and work in integrative health practices and know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please just go to the replay, go watch it, #replay, but also follow her and chat with her yourself. So tonight we're going to be talking about the Passion Strategist, which is Ayana Blount right there. Please, you know what we do on the couch. Make sure we have our tea. Show me your teacup.
Yes, I have my teacup.
Put it real close so people can see it.
Can y'all see that? That is my favorite mug because it has my favorite mantra, and it simply says success over sabotage. Drink some of that tea.
Okay. Now, what's in my teacup tonight? Excuse me. It's actually fresh pressed ginger. So it's almost like a ginger shot a little bit with some hot water. So that's going to, balance out all the biomes in my system and balance
the natural essences. Yes.
Hello. So let's get into this conversation. So let me just give you, Ayana, you tell the folks how we actually know each other.
Oh my gosh. So I had the privilege to
2 minutes. You got 2 minutes.
Listen, this is going to be 2 minutes of wow, because that is how it's felt. So it's been 2 years of 2 minutes of wow. We actually came together through an amazing prayer podcast. So our sister Aisha Issa Taylor, who is the CEO and founder and visionary behind the Sisters in Business, okay? The Sis in Business Expo, the Sister Shop, all things Sisters in Business, brought us together through prayer. And so we started connecting through this Monday morning prayer cast. They all are welcome, all are welcome. But Dorielle is one of those firecrackers that she is going to make her presence known when she is in the building, right? And so whether it's virtual or in person, you will feel her, you will know her, and you will come away a little bit better being next to her, right? So I got a chance to rub elbows with greatness. And I said, listen, when in the presence of greatness, you must act accordingly. And so I have connected, I have gleaned from, and I have been so privileged to call her sister friend. And so the podcast did a thing, and now we're doing a thing, and there's going to be other things to come. How's that for 2 minutes?
I love it. I love it. I love it. So yes, and then we will have to invite Aisha Taylor Issa to this platform to continue this conversation. But yes, every Monday morning at 7 a.m., entrepreneurs literally from all over the country. Actually, there are some actually from in the Caribbean are popping on at 7 a.m. and we're praying. We're praying as entrepreneurs. We gotta pray. Child, it'd be tough out in here in these entrepreneur streets. Okay, our those people are still rocking a 9 to 5. Our 9 to 5. I'm gonna be gentle with this. For some people, our 9 to 5 fuels our 5 to 9. So when I leave my 9 to 5, and some of y'all know what I do, when I leave my 9 to 5, I shift into a 5 to 9. And during Rona, it was like 5 to 1 a.m.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Because we gotta keep this train moving. And so that's actually going to shift us into the conversation of the passion strategist. So I know that there is, and I said this in my little commercial, there is passion and there is strategy. There is strategy and there is passion. Do you need to have a passion for strategy, or do you need to have a strategy within your passion? Now, I don't know if me saying it like that is what is a part of your little pitch, but I'm here for it because I got my tea. Let's go. What is the passion strategist all about? Why should I come to you? Why do I need to sit at your feet and like bow because you were the guru of the day? What is the passion strategist do? How do you help me get life with some purpose?
So love the leading question, right? Because I think it's the question that most people ask when they hear the passion strategist. Oh, that sounds cool. What is that? So it is exactly what it sounds like. I am the person who has to have a passion for your strategy. You, however, need to bring the passion to the strategy. And so what we do is we partner together to take passion that fuels action. So many people find themselves doing the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or working and living life from a checklist. We talked about that 9 to 5 into the 5 to 9, right? And so what I've learned over the course of this journey is that life is not truly being lived if you are living from a checklist, but instead we ought to be expanding and evolving based on a success list. And what that looks like is you literally writing down what it is that you intend to be successful at. Put those intentions out there, make a declaration over it, and then do it. And some of us get stuck in the making of the list. Some of us get stuck in the declaration of the list, and some of us get stuck with the doing. And so that's where I come in with a hug and a push. And what I like to say around the hug and the push is that the hug is having an urgency to grow. Some of us have been stuck in that 9 to 5 for so long, knowing that it's literally suffocating our creativity and our destiny, but we have been afraid, or we have been uneducated and unaware of how to begin the journey to strategize our way out, have that exit plan, as they say. And so that having that urgency to grow is where I come in. And instead of you feeling like you're being stifled, I want you to feel like you're being loved. into a place where you can begin to speak life to your passion. And once you've done that, then my job is to come in with the push, because the push is what provides understanding, sharing, and hope. You can do this. You are equipped. You are blessed, and you are absolutely assigned to this thing. And so I come in with your hug and the push to get you flowing and going, because it's not enough for you to just be passionate. You got to move from a pastime into a passion, because it's passion that fuels action.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So hold on a second. In like the past like 4 minutes, my brain is like, wait a minute. I want to type that. I want to type that. I want to type that. I'm gonna need my stream team to show up. I need my stream team to show up. My stream team, you know what to do. If you hear something that resonates with you, now I'm what some people will call a content creator. Yeah. I can get about like 9 different posts just from like the past 3 minutes of what she said. So if you hear something, it's like, oh snap, that's good. Can you please do me a favor and type that in the comments? Because I'm going to use that. I'm hard at. I'm just saying that.
Drop it like it's hot, y'all. Drop it like it's hot.
What? Type it. So thank you so much. And I can't. Oh, wait. I think I already have a comment.
Awesome.
Oh, so my mom, she's in the house. Hey, Mama. Thank you very much. So, Mom, you need to be part of this stream team tonight, okay? Be part of my stream team. But I'm gonna have some people be doing the stream team thing. So please make sure you are sharing this. So this is the Passion Strategist. This is Ayana Blount. And can anybody who hears this, whether you're hearing it live or on the replay, if you grew up in church like I did, and Ayana grew up in church, she is Barnabas. So somebody needs to just hashtag Barnabas. Hashtag Barnabas. There's a woman in my life who has passed on. Her name is Sister Deaconess Viola Tennell. Bless her name. She was my Barnabas. She would just come up to me and she would say, now those people who are raised in Salem, you know what I'm about to do. Doriel, you're just so fabulous. And I would say, she's like my height. And for those of you who don't know, I'm only about like 5'1", 5'1.5" actually. But she's a little bit shorter than I. And she was just like, you're just so I would just be like, bless your heart, Sister Tennell. Thank you so much for that. But this is like Viola Tennell incarnate. Like right here, if you are down in the dubs, Ayana is going to lift you to like level 10. If y'all know who Ayana is, please like tag her, give her a high five, give her a hashtag with the Passion Strategist. I know, like bless your name. And if y'all need somebody to pray, if y'all need an intercessor, y'all need a prayer warrior.
You are the best. You are the best.
Right there. How is it that you come onto the prayer call this morning? And I was a little late because I woke up late. But excuse me. Oh, can you pray? Like 11 minutes later, Ayana's still going in. Like the Lord and all the cherubim and seraphim done heard that prayer. Okay. But she can drop it like that. And I think it's amazing. It is a gift. Not everybody has that. So for her to have these gifts and talents and be the passion strategist, it's like macaroni and cheese.
It's definitely a God thing. Yes, it is.
It is. So now if I'm coming to you and I need that little hug and the push, and I like the fact that it's a hug and a push, because some coaches are actually no. If you're like a really, really, really good coach, you don't sort of like yell and like shake your finger at your person, unless you have like a really, really good. You sort of know the temperature of the room in their life, right? Yes. You know how to check in with them. You know when they're feeling like up. You know when they're feeling like they're just like being low. But you're unmotivated. It's not really lazy, because if you're an entrepreneur, you just may have these like ebbs and flows, right, in terms of energy. Absolutely. But you, of course, know the person that you're working with. And so if I am, who do you not serve? Because coaches don't serve everybody. They don't serve it for us to say, I take care of everybody. I serve everybody's needs. No, you don't. Because when you serve everybody, you serve nobody. So
that's right.
Who should not come to you? Who should not?
Gosh, I'll tell you what. The gifts that are packaged will do what they're supposed to do, right? As they say, the anointing draws. So that's going to happen. But I will tell you who I am most passionate about serving and who I feel like I specifically speak their language are creatives. And here's what I mean by that. Because that can sound and seem very broad, but I know that I'm talking to you. If you are one who likes to do things that are different, you literally will go into a room and everyone else will gravitate towards the red table, but you somehow end up over at the blue table. You're that person that more often than not is the black sheep in your family, the outcast in your circle, the misunderstood one on the job, right? And so what happens is, as a creative, we see and do life differently. So I can remember there was a movie, City of Angels, years ago, and Nicolas Cage was in it, and he was an angel.
Mm-hmm.
And he would literally hear music in the sunrise. I liken that to the being of a creative, because it doesn't take but the smallest thing, and we literally can see pictures, hear colors. We just do life different. Creative is a lifestyle. And so I serve those folks because I'm telling you, there is something to us. We experience some very unique stumbling blocks to our success. And so that's why my favorite mantra is success over sabotage, because a lot of the sabotage that we experience is self-imposed. A lot of the limitations that we encounter are self-imposed. And so I have this unique gifting to speak the language of the creative, but also to be able to provide them with strategies that specifically walk them through, as you referred to it earlier, their ebbs and flows, and get them into a place where they're able to maximize their productivity, their potential, and even their perspective, so that they can produce with power from a place of purpose and get planted there and not be wishy-washy and moved all about. Because we're typically the ones that people say, oh, you have shiny ball syndrome, you're here, you're there, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's not that. Listen, there is a thing called creators ADHD, but all that means is that you are so full of the gift, and you're so full of the talent, and you're so full of vision that you literally haven't found a canvas large enough to execute and birth everything that's in you. And so my job is to connect you to that passion, fuel the action to get you to a place where you are flowing and living your best life, because you are showing up authentically as yourself. I mean, it had to be done.
I just need a tip. I just need a sip right after that. Like, right. So why didn't I meet you 5 years ago? Because I need to, right? I really needed to meet you right now. So I'm gonna tell you something that I have that I didn't tell you before. So now let me just clear something up for the people who are watching, whether you're watching live on the replay. The first time I saw Ayana, the first time I saw her face was yesterday. I didn't know what she looked like until yesterday. And yesterday is when we do our the day before, 48 hours before, is when I always do a logistics check just to make sure, you know, light, sound, ambiance, what have you. But I know her because every Monday morning we're praying together. Every Monday morning we're in like this sisterhood, and it's amazing. It's incredible. Again, I literally, and you know, I could have been like, oh, let me look her up. I didn't even do that. The first time I saw a picture of her was, I guess, when you sent it to me so I can do the promo. And that was a week ago, maybe a week ago. But I don't, in my strategy, I don't focus on that stuff until like 5 or 6 days before. So when I actually pulled up your picture, I was like, oh, snap, that's what she looks like? I was like, what? I had no idea. And then we hop on a call last night, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. So, but again, I feel like I know her. So if the fashion, and I'm telling you, your brand package, the colors is just so vibrant, and it's just like, it speaks life, it speaks energy, which definitely matches with your personality and who you are. Now, I know you have a couple of things that are coming up or that thinking on right now, and I kind of want to keep this conversation tight because I really want people to go visit you you're on IG and you're here on Facebook. So Instagram and Facebook at the same thing, the Passion Strategist. Just
nice and simple.
Follow her if you need to sort of do some ear hustling, you know, which people kind of got to ear hustle, you know, for a little bit. They gotta like peek in the window. They gotta like, listen at the door with the cup. And so you do a lot of great I know you do like Freedom Friday, so or Fearless Friday. So tell us
Yes.
about when people go look you up. What are they
Yes.
going to see? What can they get involved in, and how
Mhm.
can we shift people from here to where you are to get additional like daisies in the field, just
Oh
like
my
daisies
gosh.
and poppies and roses.
You are my poppy. You are my personal poppy and my podcast auntie. So I love the way
Love
that
it.
Dorielle kind of cultivates the soil for us, that she brings onto the couch, because I'm telling you, it's like being in your own digital safe space, right? And she is so intentional about the environment that she creates and the window that she allows you to peek through. And so you almost feel like naked and unashamed. And it is just the coolest experience. So I have to say kudos to you for providing us with a place where we can truly share the who we are, and without any kind of filters and makeup free, as your shirt says. We can just come and I can just be me, right? And so thank you for this and for that and all of the things. In terms of how you can connect to me, okay, there are so many ways, right? But as Dorielle said, it's very easy. I'm at the Passion Strategist everywhere you go. If you literally go on Google and you Google the Passion Strategist, it's going to be me. And I'm super excited to welcome you into the community. And that's what I call it. So there are two different ways that we are currently building out that community. So one is sort of the small group focus, and that is called the SOS in Creatives Intensive. So remember, SOS is simply an abbreviation for my mantra, success over sabotage. And again, it's the Creatives Intensive because I am ministering to, I am serving, I am encouraging the creatives through their process in an intensive environment. So it's 6 weeks where we get together on a weekly basis. We have interactive learning, we have homework, we have fellowship, we have prayer, all of the things, all of the things. So I'm literally addressing the holistic creative in a small group environment. Right now, I have 6 amazing ladies who are in our current cohort, and it gets better and better every single week. So I encourage you to enroll now. Enrollment is now open for the next cohort. So you can go to my Instagram page and click the link in my bio and find the SOS Creatives Intensive and enroll for that now. You can connect to that for as little as $99 to get started. It is very affordable. Um, it is very accessible. And that's because I really do not want anyone to feel like they can't afford to make an investment in themselves. This is 2022. You have been on lockdown for too long. It is time for you to be unboxed and unleashed. And so I have to throw you a lifeline. So you can't not afford to invest in you. So get connected to that. But if you
Keep
are looking for
going.
something that leads you from the small cohort environment, and then you're like, wait, but it's over, it's only 6 weeks, there's an answer for that too. We are literally loading right now the Creatives Clarity Community. And that is a larger community style gathering, which again, you hear a lot about people having membership programs right now, right? I'm not about memberships, I'm about mentorship, because that has been a key component to my journey to success. And so I would like to mentor as many creatives as I can holistically. That is one of the core values for me. I'm all about clarity, strategy, accountability, and community. And so the Creatives Clarity Community is now loading. So you would go to the link in the bio again, click on Creatives Clarity Community so you can be the first one to be notified when everything is going to be live and available for you. So you can connect to both of those. And we are going to continue to keep you. What I do? Hey,
Here we go.
babe.
Okay. So you were talking about you have homework, you have
Yes.
assignments, you have homework.
Yes,
Okay.
so that SOS Creatives Intensive, which is that small group forum. And so we have homework, we have an interactive curriculum, we have fellowship, we have worship, we have prayer, we have declarations and affirmations and all of these amazing things. And it's packed into this 6-week intensive package, right? But so many of the amazing creatives who are coming through that course are like, but I need more. It's over. I need more. And so we have heard and we have answered. And so what's next is what's currently loading is what's called the Creatives Clarity Community. Why is that important? Because what I find is the common stumbling block. There are different types of creatives, right? And there are different types of self-sabotage within those creative types. But the one common denominator is something called clarity and lack of clarity. And so when you don't have clarity, you cannot move your car out of the parking spot and get into that lane that belongs to you and start to really drive. And so what I've built is this community dynamic where the holistic creative is really brought into a place where you are educated, you are entertained, you are encouraged, you are enlightened. And the whole premise is that you're going to get a combination of information, innovation, and inspiration that really, again, drive you with such a passion that you're fueled to action. You begin to execute because your confidence comes up, your creativity is unleashed, your authenticity is unlocked, and you are literally going through the butterfly effect of becoming the creative you were born to be. And so this larger community dynamic is now loading. You can go to the Passion Strategist on Instagram and click either SOS Creatives Intensive if you want to get into the cohort now. We're enrolling. That'll kick off in just a few more weeks. And you can also be one of the first to be notified and be a charter member of the Creatives Clarity community. So we have got whatever you need, whether you need it in a short stack or you need an all-you-can-eat buffet. We are ready to feed you.
Okay, this is the last question. This is what you're like the twin in my head. I don't think you know that because your gift of word choice, like you sleep with a thesaurus, right?
I mean, it's a friend of mine, but we're familiar.
Because I do. I actually do.
Yeah.
I sleep with the thesaurus.
Absolutely.
And so I said I would listen to something that you did because I got to research my people. I don't just let everybody be sitting on the couch and I don't know jack about you. We don't do that up in here. We don't do that. So as I was doing my homework, which is part of what live streaming is, you don't just go cold, right? You go with some resources. And shout out to those people who I'm humbled to be on their couch during this week. And so in a couple of days, those who follow me, you'll see me on Wednesday. I'm going to show up on someone else's couch. And then on Thursday, I'm hosting this same type of a show for an organization, for an international organization. God bless the child. So we're going to wrap up. And actually, let me just put that up because I hope I got it right. Did I get it right? There we go.
Yes.
So, right, declarations and affirmations. Then you said information, inspiration, and innovation. I think I got it right. Where did you get all of these ideas to build this community? And let me just say that small group work is very helpful. Small group work is very helpful. And from a financial standpoint, it's helpful. And also for peer accountability, it's helpful.
Yes.
So those people who are watching, so Ayana does similar work. I have my own sort of community. I have 2 businesses. So those people who will follow me for a while, I'll share this continuously during this year. I didn't realize, but this year is actually my 20th anniversary. I didn't even realize it until I saw something.
Celebration worthy.
A couple of days ago, I saw a paper that a sister friend of mine made for me to help me with my first business, which is Learn to Grow You. And so Learn to Grow You, we have the live stream lab, which is like my small group team of folks who want to take their ideas and get from behind the curtain, as I say. Yeah. So I say, get your face in the digital space and come from behind the curtain and get yourself in the front, like on the front of the stage. And that small group work is where people, of course, can ask questions. People can sort of throw ideas like, at the wall and see what sticks. And then they get that peer accountability. And it's like, okay, well, look, that sounds good on, from a mic, but that you got to go back and like rewash that in the tub because that don't sound right. And then there's the Claw Squad. And the Claw Squad is part of my Seeds of Imani business, which is like wellness. And in the Claw Squad, and we'll get back to regularly doing the 5:30 a.m. And actually now for me, it has to be 5 a.m. So I don't know who's ready to rise at that time. But it's that sort of wellness accountability. But I know that I learned these two sets or buckets of ideas from other people. Who were the people? Because in my mind, it's like you was raised in church. Like you were raised in
Yes.
that leadership like church that pushed you to build, to see the places or the gaps, and then say, we're gonna take this module, we're gonna take this idea, we're gonna take this scripture verse, bam. We got a group. We got a group. Where did you learn this from? Where did you get your inspiration from?
Wow. So I feel like ministry is wherever we go, right? And so I have been blessed to have some amazing, amazing spiritual mamas and spiritual aunties in my church dynamics. I've also had some wonderful fempreneur mentors in the marketplace, as I have, I've served in healthcare for over 20 years, and at various levels, from the, entry, up to executive director level. And I did not get there without the power of mentorship.
Right.
And so I have always been a person who I enjoy gleaning from wisdom. I enjoy the dialogue that it takes to actually get to know people. I have a love for people that runs really, really deep. And so when I find a place where that love is reciprocated, I am absolutely drinking from the water cooler, because it just is refreshing, especially when you're one that pours out and pours into people. What seems to be effortlessly, but I like to say it this way: it looks easy, it does not come easy. And so there are times where I have
Write that down.
in my journey to learn to function in wisdom and in grace with my gifting, I've poured from an empty cup before. And so the sum total of my experiences, I am a creative at my core. And so I speak creative, right? And so I know what it is to self-sabotage. I did it for so long. I know what it feels like. I know what the symptoms and the triggers, all of these things. And so what I believe is that when we say yes to God in terms of accepting the assignment, the call, he begins to download blueprints like he did with Noah. Noah just had to say yes,
Come
and
through.
God did the rest. And he did it in an environment where nobody had even seen this so-called rain that was coming. Nobody had ever heard of an ark. And yet God took the ridiculous and did the miraculous. And so sometimes it takes us being willing to look ridiculous and to feel ridiculous to unleash and open the doorway for God to do the miraculous. And I am daily impressed with the blueprints that God downloads to me, through me, not just for me. It is such a blessing to know that he considers me a worthy vessel, that he put an investment in me, and that he intends to get a return on his investment. Every time I say yes, he gets a return. Every time I show up, he gets a return. Every time I pour out, he gets a return. And so I never take it lightly or take it for granted. Coaching is very trendy right now. I am very mindful that coaching is a sacred space. This is not something to be played with. You do not step into somebody's world, into their heart, into their mind, and play around in there. And so if I'm assigned, then I make sure I'm aligned. But if I'm not, then I don't touch them. And that is so important, I think, for all of us in the entrepreneurial space. So many of us experience burnout and confusion and all of these different things because we're not assigned. And so we find ourselves, instead of, because see, there's a difference. The opposite of assignment is attachment. You don't want to be in attachment, and you don't want people being attached to you, because attachments do what? Think about it. When you snag your good cashmere sweater on your little raggedy jaggedy nail, right? It pulls, and then it literally creates this pull in the fabric that is noticeable, that's felt, and it alters the look of what you're wearing, right? And so assignments don't do that. Assignments cause you to be made better. They cause you to sit a little taller. They cause
Right.
your posture and your stance to be a little bit more confident and secure. They have a different effect. So
Mm-hmm.
we want to be sure that we are flowing from a place of assignment and not attachment. And so again, as I just continue to journey through this thing called the passion strategist and this thing called life and doing it God's way, he continues to just blow my mind. And I'm so grateful for every day that I get to be the passion strategist.
I'm already filled. Like I'm overfilled. And I look forward to people being able to, whether again you're watching it live or you're watching on the replay, please, if you hear something that is phenomenal, and I'm telling you, if I go back through this live and just copy all of the what I call poignant posts, poignant or rather poignant points, they become, as I say, purposeful posts. Come on,
Yeah.
come on, let's play volley back here, right? Let's volley right here. Let's volley right here. We gonna play. But child, I feel like
Alliteration is your friend.
I feel like I'm in a church. I really do. I feel like I've been in a women's conference. But I want so let me just put this up. Assignment, not attachment. I really that is such a strong that's a strong a word for the day. It is a word for the day. People will take on a task and they'll call it, and this is gonna rock. Okay. Some people say this is gonna preach. They'll call it an assignment that they were given. They claim they are in alignment, right? This way and this way. But it's really just like this, an attachment. It's not it's not an intertwining. It's not a grafting. Oh,
there it is. There it is.
Because an assignment is akin to being grafted.
Yes.
Like grafted to the vine. Like I want to make some pink grapes. So I got to take a little, red and a little maybe white grapes and graft that new vine. Oh, come on. But so, right. And some people are just, they're attached. And that attachment, of course, shows up because, if strong winds, okay, wow, this is really going to preach. If some strong winds blow, you start to get unhinged. You start to come apart. You start to, and the frayed edges will show. And right. And it shows up. And so, but I'll also say that there are assignments for a season.
Yes.
Right. There are assignments for a season. And I can actually speak. It's interesting. I'll actually speak on one of my groups for a while. So the Claw Squad, which started about 4 years ago, 4 years ago. I think 4 years ago. It was in a response to a conversation I had with my doctor that she wanted me to do certain things. And I was like, ooh, before you put me on some protocol, let me sort of do what I know to do, but I have not done. And then I just went live at 5:30 in the morning and I just kept showing up and people were showing up at 5:30 in the morning. And after about like maybe 30, 40 days, I had like 60 people, showed up in the school. And I went straight for 400 and something days, like no break. I mean, the only time that I did not show up at that time was because I was on a plane going somewhere, but I showed up like an hour and a half later when I was able to do it. And that period ran for about like maybe 420, 430 days. And if y'all are familiar with this, then fine. If not, just go back in my feed of all my live streams and you'll see there's like just all these days. And so at about like day, whatever, 400 and something, I said, wow, I'm not really sure that I want to do this tomorrow. And I almost thought that I had like failed my group. And I didn't fail them. I recognize now I didn't fail them, but I knew that my assignment for that period had shifted. And I knew that I had to sort of go back and do more intensive work with myself in order to move them to that next step on the rung, that next rung on the ladder. And so as I came back, I'm like, hey, because they would ask questions and I'd be like, well, I know I can answer that, or I know I could research that. It'll take some time in like almost a cocoon for me to
Mm-hmm.
sort of like, to develop that into what you really want and you need. And I
Mm-hmm.
recognize the assignment that I had for that period was to bring them to a certain place and then to
Yeah.
expose them to all of these different things that many of the people in that group did not know about or heard of, but never saw somebody that looked like them
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that I did my homework so I could be judicious in the
Mm-hmm.
delivery. And I think that it was wise, and which is why some people will say of inspirational leaders, no matter what pulpit you are in, because if you're speaking, everyone has some form of a pulpit or
Yes.
some form of a place of authority that you're speaking to your people. And there are some very wise elders in churches these days who are saying, let me slide aside
Yes.
to let
Yes.
the younger people come in because they have a different word, a more appropriate word for the people
Yeah.
coming up. And what is it said? A rhema word, right? For the
Mm-hmm.
community for the day. So I am fascinated by your work. Of course I know you on one level. Like I know you on this level, and now I'm knowing you on this level. So I'm so glad that you thought it not robbery.
I'm loving the church closed.
Come on, come on, come on. We only a couple of hours away from, in church. Yeah,
That's
Sunday was yesterday. So, but thank you very much for considering the digital couch a place for you to share your information. Please just say, a final word of like how people, why they should follow you, of course. Of course, where they can come get you, come at you, come for you, in order to get this passion
yeah.
and also this strategy. And I really, if you
Yes.
can actually just not rephrase, but restate your pitch, which now I can't even remember, but I just know I was slain in the spirit when I heard it.
You are so
Let me get my
everybody should have a sister friend like this. I'm just telling you, if you don't have one, you need to go on Amazon, you need to get you one. I don't know. Pray hard.
I'm on
I love
Amazon too.
I
I'm
love
on
L'Oreal.
Amazon now.
I'm a fan. I'm a whole fan. I'm fan geeking right now. So again, I invite you to come and to be a part of the community and find your point of connection. There are several. So the easiest way to catch me is, as Doriel said earlier, on Friday nights, I do something called Fearless Fridays. And it is at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Instagram page, live at The Passion Strategist. And that is a place where I intentionally just come and speak a word of encouragement and a word of perspective to our creatives.
Oh, but y'all got to bring your notebook. You have to listen.
I always
You won't
say,
bring your
I say that you can catch the replay. So if you are one who likes to be in the moment and just let it hit you, we're good, because I'm always going to save it for you. So never be afraid. But I do give the disclaimer, Doria. You're so right. What I
It's all
do
gonna
is a part of the opening, you'll hear me say it every week. I say,
no.
get your pen so you can get these gems. I'm just saying. It's what the people have, spoken. Oh my gosh, the gems. So get your pen so you can get these gems. That's what we did. Okay. But everybody is welcome to Fearless Fridays, where we learn to fear less and believe more in who we are and what is in store for us. It is the creatives happy hour. That is what I have dubbed it. And so we come together and we bring our cups so we can get them filled up. Okay. That's what we do. So that is the Fearless Friday event that
Okay.
is open and to any and everyone. And then from there are two access points right now. One, we are now enrolling, so that is our SOS, or Success Over Sabotage Creatives Intensive, and it's 6 weeks of small group environment where you can get interactive learning, affirmations, declarations, homework, fellowship, prayer, all of the things, because we literally minister to you holistically as a creative. And then lastly, what is now loading, because what we've heard in terms of the feedback from the coaching, speaking to the evolution and kind of pulling your folks along as the spirit is leading from one level to another. What's next? What's next is called the Creatives Clarity Community. Why the Creatives Clarity Community? Because so many of us creatives, we come in different packages and forms, different gifts. We have different stumbling blocks. But the one thing that I found to be a consistent stumbling block, no matter what your creative type, is that area of clarity. And when you lack clarity, you literally cannot get off the ground. You were meant to fly, but I think Karen Clark Sheard had a song a while ago that talked about being a bird on the ground, using my legs to get around. And that's not what you were born to do, right? And so we literally are creating this safe space that is a community that is meant to grow and expand you and your connections and your network and your exposure and your resources. So we are going to have an intentional mental health component built in on a monthly basis. We are going to have experts in all different types of fields, industry, marketplace, all of the things. We are going to have me teaching, me training. We're going to have me speaking words of encouragement along with other folks. So there are going to be so many different things that literally touch everything from your head space to your heart space to your spirit, but that cause you to come out on the other side as this blossoming creative that you were planted to be. And when you get planted in purpose, you have no choice but to produce. And that's what the Creatives Clarity Community is going to do for you. So if you need clarity, strategy, and accountability with a little side of community, you need to come on in. You need to go ahead and visit me over at The Passion Strategist on Instagram. Click that link in the bio where you can get enrolled in the SOS Creatives Intensive, and you can be the first to know when we are kicking off and opening the doors for the Charter Charter member opportunity. Come on, somebody, for the Creatives Clarity Community. So do not rob yourself of the ability and the deservingness that you have to invest in your next level of success. Success belongs to you.
That's what I was gonna also bring up. We deliver in this space, which is a lot of free 99. We can go and call it what it is. And that's, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. That's water. That's water. In order to get the good wine, you have to be at the right place at the right time, because not everybody come on like at the wedding table, right? We're going back into the Bible. Not everybody got the good wine.
That's right.
Right? The people, first of all, you had to have an invitation. Oh, this is gonna preach.
Yeah,
Somebody use this. Somebody use this. And somebody use this. Water is available to everybody. But the good wine is saved for who?
By invitation only. Come on, somebody.
See, I'm a creative also. I'm just
listen. We are sisters. There is synergy that people don't even know. Like, we're both jumping out of our skin right now as we play this tennis match, and it's like literally we are going back and forth because she's speaking, I'm hearing, I'm seeing. I'm speaking, she's hearing, she's seeing. It's like, let me contain myself because my sister's saying something so good.
Watch me go back and watch this again and write down all the gems. If y'all are listening to gems, can you please just type it in somewhere? And it may be because I only see YouTube's comments and I see the business page. I don't see the personal page. I hope that somebody was taking notes on the personal page. I really do. I really do. But let's just end this. Let's end this. But right, everybody doesn't get the good wine. The people who get the good wine is by invitation only. And right now, if you're on social media, then you already see these sponsored ads and you see these notifications, and everyone sort of has a thing. Excuse me. Sorry, not everybody resonates with everybody. Thank you very much.
Right.
Not everybody resonates with everybody. I know I'm not the tea for most people. I know. Never have been. Used to be bothered by it. I don't care anymore. Because if you don't like it, to the left.
Yeah.
But those people, they know.
Let me tell you what I'm loving in this moment. So we are having like a slight technical delay.
I'm gonna come to
But do you see my sister's face? Do you see all of it? Doriel, you can't even see like the frozen part of the screen, right? The expression on your face is giving everything it's supposed to give right now. Okay. It is giving the challenge of it all. It is giving the dimensions of it all. And it is giving all things Doriel that, like you said, I'm quite accustomed to not being everybody's cup of tea, but it's giving me all of it. And I love it. Look, and then she comes back live and in action and in person, hands up, smile on her face. I just love it. I just love you. I just love you. I love you, love you, love you.
Oh, no problem. Wait a minute. Wait,
you're good.
There we go.
Here you go. Yeah.
Let me finish before. You know why? Let me tell you something. Because Facebook is jealous. The Facebook demons, they's out here. So let's wrap this up so we can just make sure this tea is strong for people. Thank you very much for those people who stayed till the end. We are going to wrap up now, though. But as I said, it's not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. Ayana's not for everybody. Here's the tea that I wanted to actually spill on Ayana initially. When I first heard you, like kind of being the encourager, first of all, I was still in the bed. So I was like, why is she so bubbly?
Hilarious.
Why is she so because I know I'm bubbly. But I also know if there's another bubbly person in the room, I lay back. But if there's a dry room, I am that wet water.
Yes.
I'm that wet water. So I was like, dang, I got to dial back. It's 7:00 in the morning. She be taking a whole, and I'm just, but I'm so filled. And whenever I hear you pray, whenever I hear you expound, exhort, exultate, I'm like, wow, I can go to work with a smile on my face. Not that I don't go to work with a smile on my face, but I'm just saying it's just so much better. So I'm so glad to literally just be in a closer space with you. And I encourage people, those who can, those who want to, those who are interested, to hop on over to the Passion Strategist. And let me release people right now. We're not asking you to come. I'm not asking you to go to Ayana for life. I'm not asking you to sit on the digital couch for life. I'm asking you to go and check someone out if that person resonates with you for a season.
Yeah.
Because when you get what you needed to get from that person, move on. We are like mother birds. We want to raise you up. We want to strengthen your wings. And then we want to send you out into the world. We want to nudge, hug, and then push you out of the nest.
That's right.
We're not asking people, nobody in here is asking people to like commit to us for life. No, because as we raise up, we're going to be encouraging people on certain different rungs of the ladder. And not everybody wants to climb at the same speed, or not everybody wants to move to a new rung. And we get that. So the digital couch, what it was 2 years ago, actually 2 years ago, it was called The Power of Story. If you've chilled, if you've hung, say hang. But if you've rolled with me for a while, it initially was called The Power of Story. And then something clicked one digital couch, and I was like, ooh, I like that.
Come on,
and then
power
that was it.
Push you right into your place.
And then we're moving into digital couch, season 2. And I'm blessed. I'm thankful. I'm very, 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 very humble. I don't take any of this lightly.
Yeah.
The fact that I've been able to reach and speak to people literally all over the world is a thing. And I'm excited that you have allowed me to highlight you. So you're never going to come on the digital couch and hear me trash talk about anybody. You're never going to hear any like celebrity gossip pulling people down. I'm not going to do that. And I'm always going to shine the light on someone. I'm always going to lift somebody up. I'm always going to empower somebody and say, hey, I know this person, or I met this person, and y'all need to find out who this person is as well.
Yeah.
That's what the digital couch is. Inspirational leaders who influence, inform, and impact people's lives to live them better. That's what I'm here to do. So if you want to hear that, that's perfectly fine. You can catch this live on the replay. We are here on Facebook and YouTube currently. If I can throw in some other little places to go, that's fine. But you can also find the replays of this if you want to go to my website, learntogrowU.com, and do that. If you want to sort of learn how to do what I am doing or get your face in the digital space, then click the link in the bio and look for the live stream lab, which we meet first and third, no, second and fourth Sunday nights at 8 o'clock in order to take our ideas and to make sure that we get them onto the stage, but also to do something with them afterward, to repurpose. I call it live stream R&D after like R&B, because I'm an R&B person.
Love it. I'm creeping in there. I'm creeping into the R&D space and the
wait.
Stream, the labs. I'm coming.
Hold on. Creep. Not that kind of creep. But you can creep. You can creep on it. But again, shout out, blessings. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Internet is acting really funky right now. So I'm going to slide on out.
I love you.
Peace and blessings. This is a Learn to Grow You, where I plan to help you grow. And this is Ayana Blount, the passion strategist. And she's here to make sure that you get that creative mind and get it out there with some clarity, with some commitment, with some continuity, with some conciseness, because we don't need to be here for this.
That's right. No. Alliterate for the people one time.
No. Keep it.
I love you.
I love you. So folks, make sure you drop any comment or question. We'll get back to you in the next 24 hours. All right. Peace and blessings. And I'll see you all next. And welcome to Black History Month starting tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
Good night.